Welcome back, and today I'll be previewing the 110 Blue Jays game against the Tigers and kind of reacting to the game last night versus the Tigers, of course. I'm killing it, and I'll be running this channel. I took like a 4-month break after uploading my first video. I think I really want to do this, so I'm a Blue Jays, Bills, and Sabres fan, and I'm a pretty big one. I watch like 95% of the games. When I'm free, I'm watching the games. Like I promise you, I'll find a way, no matter what. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So yeah, I'll be doing live streams, reacting, commentating. I like to commentate on games, so if I'm not at the game, which I'll be at the Sabres watch party tonight, so I'll be doing that. And then all other things, Blue Jays, Bills, and Sabres. Right now, obviously, I'm previewing the Blue Jays, and then I'll post a video for the Sabres preview tonight for Game 6. Oh boy. And all that. So it looks like we're going to have Mason Fluharty on the mound, but we'll get to that. Let me talk about last night. First off, Apple TV sucks. I didn't even get to watch the game last night. I was at a Bisons game, and it was, well, Bisons won. The Blue Jays did not, but there was a lot of complaints from Blue Jays fans that I've heard. So, yeah, that should be interesting, but clearly our offense did not take from that Dalton Varsho grand slam against the Rays 3 days ago. We're getting the starting pitching. It's the bullpen and it's the lineup. Jeff Hoffman coming in and blowing it again. But like, come on. We knew that was going to happen at some point. I just don't understand why we're putting in Jeff Hoffman in the ninth inning right now. Like, dude, we've seen what he's done in the past year or so. He's not good in high pressure situations. He's gonna be good for the seventh inning. That's where we have to put him in, is the seventh inning. Not even a setup man. We have to put him in the seventh inning. It's low stress, and he'll just get 3 quick outs. He's a good pitcher. Jeff Hoffman, I'll die in this hill, is a good pitcher. However, he just doesn't live up to the moment. He doesn't. If there's pressure on the moment, he's never going to succeed. And that's not even the Rojas home run that broke my heart in November. That's not at all what it is. Obviously, that happened. But you could see last year when the moment got too bright for him, when it was like a 1 or 2 run game, he would fumble, and it's ridiculous. You have to put him in a low pressure situation. That doesn't even mean you don't need to put him in a lot higher leverage. It could be a 1 or 2 run game. Put him in at the seventh inning. He'll get 3 straight strikeouts. He will not even put the ball in play. Trey Savage had a good outing. I think he only let up 2 runs last game. He had a very good outing. Let's click on his thing. Yeah, he had a good outing. But yeah, only 2 runs scored. He's keeping the walks down, which is actually kind of a thing that I was scared of when last year when he came up to the Blue Jays, is that he would give up too many walks because people would, especially this year, because people would start knowing his stuff, and then the splitter, what they'll know to back off of the splitter. But it seems like he's relatively there. He's only gotten 6 strikeouts throughout the 3, which is not bad. That's basically average. Obviously, though, I'm waiting for that big breakout game where he gives up no runs like he did against LA, and no runs, like 7 innings, 9 or 10 strikeouts. That's what I'm looking for. And I bet that will come later in the season. But this is good because I thought Trey would struggle. He was kind of struggling his rehab, not gonna lie. His rehab starts, he wasn't the greatest, Trey Savage, but I think that was just them trying to get the pitch count up on him. But yeah, it's not too shabby right now. 2.16 ERA is ridiculous, even though he's only started like 8 games overall. But decent starts so far. I like where he's at. One of my favorite pitchers, of course. Even when he was coming up to the Blue Jays last year, I loved watching him on the Bisons, on the Fish Cats and stuff. He's going to be a very good pitcher when he matures, though. I think he'll go through that stretch, especially this year. It feels like it's kind of like right now. It's kind of like okay stats right now, but by the end of the year, I think he'll have a blow up game, where he does give up a few runs and stuff, and he isn't as lights out. Just because people are starting to get him now, starting to understand him better. You can take a look here at his splits. He's a very difficult pitcher to hit, but I think once people start taking his splitters, then he's going to have to adjust. But once he adjusts, he's going to be probably one of the greatest pitchers of all time. I'll say that. I'll say he'll be at least one of the greatest Blue Jay pitchers of all time. Maybe not, of course. And he'll I think he's on track to get a Cy Young one of these years as well, once he matures, once he gets out of this season. Um, but yeah, don't be surprised if Trey Savage isn't lights out this year, just because people are going to start to know him. But by the end of the year, he'll be back because he'll adjust, or he'll be like Alek Manoah, who just doesn't want to adjust, doesn't think he needs to adjust. But I think Trey is not Alek Manoah. For the lineup, we have to start scoring runs. This is ridiculous, though. You can see Dylan Cease, Trey Savage he's still one of the best pitchers in the league so far through the games he's played. You got to start putting in runs, okay? Like, we have Casey Mintz today. You got to put up runs. Mason Fluharty, we're in a bullpen day today, which is kind of ridiculous, but we're in a bullpen day today. Come on. You got to put some runs on the board starting now. Like, even the Rays game with Dalton Varsho's grand slam, we only put up 1 run through 9 innings. Like, you have to start scoring. That's it. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. The reason why the 2025 Blue Jays were awesome is because they knew how to put bat to the ball, and they knew how to get hard contact. It was line drive, base hits. It was hits going together, right? Like, there's been so many times this year where we've had the bases loaded, no outs, bases loaded, 1 out, and we, get 1 run out of it? No, if the bases are loaded and no outs, you have to at least get 2 runs out of that. And we just haven't. We haven't gotten... We've had big innings because it's the Blue Jays. They're going to have big innings. The lineup has to come through at some point. Obviously, there's 2 injuries that are holding this lineup back. Addison Barger and Alejandro Kirk. Alejandro Kirk, he was decent to start the year, but I think he would have exploded by now. We would have been fine with him. But obviously, it's just an extra out at this point when Tyler Heineman is in. He needs to get sent down. I hope he's the one getting sent down. That's going to be a very interesting conversation at the top of the food chain when Alejandro Kirk comes back. Is okay. Who are we sending down? One of the catchers has to get sent down. I think Brendan Valenzuela is easily staying up there, dude. He's been great. Yeah, got to start putting power. And even Okamoto's kind of slowed down, I guess, since like 2 weeks of just smashing the ball. Springer's got to get going. Vladdy has to get going. It's starting to be okay. It's not even about the division anymore. We're 6 games under 500 right now. It's got to be about making the playoffs now. And I'm not saying that we aren't out of the division race yet. Again, it's still we still have like 70% of the regular season left to be played. But you have to we can't stay here for long. We can't just stay in the depths for long and just wait for that moment. The moment came with Dalton Varsho grand slam. This series against the Tigers, like, they're struggling too. They're 20-25. We cannot lose a series to the Tigers, especially going into the Bronx. I'm hoping, because Vladdy has like literally Ted Williams numbers against the Yankees, that he gets going in the Bronx. But man, he has been ugly so far. Last 7 games, only hitting 120. Last 15 games, only 185. He's walked a lot, that's for sure. He's walked a lot. But my goodness, like, you can look here. Look at that. He had what? Where's the 48 home run season? Right here, 2021, 48 home runs. And it's just been slowly going down since. He's obviously not going to hit 30 home runs this year, which is frustrating. Very frustrating. He's just got to start hitting the ball well. That's really it. He's hitting ground balls, and at first they were going for just base hits, maybe a double once in a while because it was like 110 off the bat every time. But now they're outs every time. Um, he's just got to get going. He's got to look for that fastball. He keeps looking for those breaking balls over the heart of the zone. Pitchers aren't going to pitch to him, and that's the problem with the lineup as well. The reason why Vladdy's struggling this much is because pitchers don't need to pitch well to him at all. At first, he was taking his walks, but because okay, Polanco, he still hasn't proven himself. Yeah, he's hot right now, but he still hasn't proven to be a good hitter. Springer hasn't been good. Okamoto's been good. Varsho hasn't been good. Sanchez hasn't been good. Sosa has been like okay. Same thing with Jimenez. Heineman's been awful this year. You don't need to go against our best hitter. You don't need to give him that. And I think that's why he was taking his walks in the beginning of the year. Is because, well, they're just not pitching to me. But everybody else. And then Okamoto was struggling at the start of the year anyway. That's why we're not doing good at all at this right now. Okamoto is struggling. So, great. You don't go after Vlad. You put him on first. And then you just get a ground ball from Okamoto or a strikeout from Okamoto, Varsho, Sanchez, and then whoever's in the lineup. Is Ernie not in the lineup right now? Why is Ernie Clement hurt? Why is he not in the lineup right now? Ernie Clement's been one of the only good players this year as well. Like this is why John Schneider needs to fix the lineup. John Schneider needs to put Ernie in leadoff. It's time for Springer to be done with leadoff. He's struggling, and honestly, he's just not the hitter anymore. He had a great year last year, whatever, but he's just getting too old. Like at this point, where pitchers know exactly where he's gonna swing and whatever. Got it. So I think you move Ernie up to the leadoff spot. Polanco could stay there at the 2 spot, and then Vladdy. So what I'm hoping is actually I think you should put Polanco at 5th. Move Kaz up to 2nd. Move Varsho up to 4th. This is against righties. Vladdy stays at 3. I think he'll stay at 3. And then it doesn't really matter the rest of the lineup. But you have to put Ernie Clement first because is he going through a rough stretch right now? I think he had a 5-hit day. He's back. He is back. But the thing is with Ernie is that he hits a lot of doubles. Like that's his whole thing. He hits so many doubles. And that's the best thing about him is that he's going to hit doubles instead of singles. He's not that big of a power threat, but he knows how to find gaps. And then he's pretty fast. So he'll go to 2nd, and he'll be at 2nd. That's perfect because then you can get what? It doesn't really matter because Okamoto is actually doing well. Even though he's struggled the last 2 or 3 games, he's putting good bat to ball. He isn't striking out as much. He isn't chasing as much, so you put him up to the 2 spot. And then they have to go after them too, right? And then hopefully one or both of them get on base for Vladdy, and then you have to go at Vladdy. You have to throw a fastball in the zone, right? And then that's what Vladdy has to be doing because he isn't looking for the fastball in the zone. He's looking for the breaking ball in the zone, but the breaking balls aren't going to the zone because why would you give him a hanging curveball in the middle of the zone? Like that doesn't make any sense. So look for that early count fastball, and then he can get going. That's how you're going to fix this lineup. It's just frustrating because, I thought we had, in the beginning of the season, I thought we legitimately had the best rotation in the American League. And I think we technically do, but they're all injured. So, even right now when we don't have everybody here, we have Kevin Gausman, Dylan Cease, and Trey Savage. That should be 3 wins right there, but the lineup is just not doing anything for them. That should be 3 wins because right now, Trey Savage isn't doing what I think he was going to be doing. He has been lights out still, even though he hasn't struck out the world. Kevin Gausman, he has the bad start from time to time, but he usually limits that. And then Dylan Cease, he has been awesome this year. Already 75 strikeouts. It's ridiculous. So you have to, and I mean have to, start getting lineup going because that should be 3 wins because now the bullpen days are usually going to be losses because, well, it's bullpen days. The bullpen's going to give up a few runs at least. So yeah, Right now, I'll be doing a live stream for this Blue Jays game. I'm going to the watch party, obviously. For the Sabres game, I'll do the preview for right now and then post that in about an hour or so. 1-10 start for the Blue Jays. This is kind of a must-win. We got to win this series against the Tigers. Going to the Bronx. We are very good against the Yankees. We are very good against the Yankees, so hopefully we can get going there. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Go Sabres, go Bills, go Blue Jays, and yeah, I'll be live streaming this game, so see you there. Bye.